Your officials for this evening are Steve Worcester and Steve Horton. Would everyone now please rise? Remove your hats and turn towards the flag located on the hill over the first base dugout for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, there was your hit. Already got a like. I certainly appreciate that.
Thank you. And again, good luck to both teams tonight. And let's play ball.
All right. We'll start out with Mid Prairie's lineup. Bronx Miller playing second base, followed by Brooks Whitaker coming off a 3 home run game in his last game. He's playing shortstop tonight. Cecil Kelly's the DH. He'll be hitting for the center fielder, Will Greer. Cale Miller at third base, Coy Grout. Now remember Jason Grout, I think was his name. That was a really great player Mid Prairie had. I know he pitched for the games. I know he's an Iowa Hawkeyes graduate, so that we'll keep an eye on him. Tommy Miller's at first base. Logan Pasha is pitching tonight. Lennox Miller in left and Cale Grout in right field. There's a bunch of brothers, Webbers and Millers and Grouts, oh my. But there's plenty of those fellers here in this line. Well, the Trojans pitching tonight is Jackson Coleman, and Jackson has been, this is my first time seeing him pitch. He's a left-hander, but he has been hitting the ball extremely well. He's been home running and left and right. But he's behind the plate. We got Owen Adam. Boy, he catches. He plays second base. He pitches. He hits. He steals bases. Owen Adam has just been having a terrific season. Dyson Workman is over. Dyson Workman for a living there. He's over at first base. Chase Countryman playing second base. And Jacob Crew will be DHing for him, the Wrecking Crew. The Boss Richardson over at shortstop. Dane Burkhart at third base.
How was your day, man?
Kruder in right. Bisgard in left. Westerkamp in center. And we're getting close to starting this game. The Trojans come into this game 7-3.
Playing second base, number 2, Bronx Miller.
Mid Prairie is 4-5 now. Mid Prairie is an excellent school for baseball, and they really focus on it. And they have had several Division I talents in recent memory. There was a Tullifer that was a great pitcher for them, and I think he's at Arkansas State. Jason Grout, I think, pitches with the Hawkeyes. But these Weber kids, you got to keep your eye on them. They're terrific. Still no scoreboard tonight.
10-80.
2-2, I think.
1. 2-1.
Maybe 2-1.
3.
3 balls and a strike as Coleman's having a little control issues on his first batter. We'll see if he can bear down and not lose him. Bronx Miller, the leadoff batter. He gets a nice hit. The shortstop gets over his head, and there's a base hit to start. Wow, the audience is piling on. We had our very biggest audience for the game last night with 48 viewers.
Number 6, Brooks Weber.
And I know it's going to take some time for people to find us on YouTube, but I think we'll get there. Well, Brooks Weber, he had 3 home runs in his last game. And he's a terrific player. I think he's a quarterback for the football team, too. Ground ball, shortstop Fields. He gets one. Countryman throws over, and he gets him. And turn 2. They rolled that one out. A nice 6-4-3
double play to retire the Golden Hawks runners. That brings up the designated hitter, number 4, Cecil Kelly.
Cecil Kelly coming to the plate. The Trojans, Coleman gets a pitcher's best friend, the double play. Although I'm not. You usually don't get a double play when you're about 2.5 feet past the first base. He did on this one. Ground ball, foul. See, Mid-Prairie, they don't chase pitches out of strike zone, but you throw the ball in the strike zone and they put the bat on it. And they have these gorgeous Iowa Hawkeye style uniforms where the Trojans kind of favor the Baltimore Orioles. Fields' his position.
Jackson
Ends the inning. Jackson Coleman.
Out at first for the 3rd out.
Dane Burkhart was fielding his position really well.
0-0.
And it helped him win the game against Fort Madison, and Coleman's off to the same kind of start there.
The scoreboard is currently not operational. We do apologize. We'll try to give updates throughout the game as far as the scores and outs. Thank you for your patience.
Well, today's first inning is going to be brought to you by Smithburg Auto of Fairfield, Iowa. If you need to buy a car, call Dave Smithburg. And if you need to rent a car, call Madonna Smithburg. But if you need to have your car worked on, they got a professional staff of mechanics over there that can help get you back on the road. If you need parts, they also own Smitty's Salvage Yard. So Smithburg Auto of Fairfield, Iowa, big supporter of the Fairfield Trojans, and we appreciate them helping us be here tonight. So this is a younger kid. There's a lot of younger kids on this team. But Logan Pacia, we'll get our first look at him today. The Trojans have been hitting the ball at an incredible rate here early, and they've been displaying a lot of power.
Were you at Blackstone, Chet?
No.
Coleman has been,
Were you?
he's hit a home run, and he's hit a ball about 2 feet off of the top of the wall. But we've had a lot of triples. Bisgard's been out there with his wheels getting extra base hits. Dyson Workman's had a home run.
Leading off for the Trojans, the shortstop, number 10, Boss Richardson.
The Boss Richardson, as they mix the lineup up a little bit, he hasn't been leading off. It's going to be Richardson, Burkhart, Archer Kruder, Bisgard, Coleman, Westerkamp, Owen Adam, Dyson Workman for 11, and Jacob the Wrecking Crew. Center fielder camping underneath that one. He put
Ball
it,
fly out to center field for the first out.
hit it right back up the middle.
Number 8, Dane Burkhart.
Well, the Southeast Iowa Conference Player of the Year from last year steps into the plate, and he looks to be defending his title pretty well this year, both pitching and hitting and fielding. Fielding might be the best thing he does. Ball to second baseman. And there's 2 up and 2 down, just like that. This young patient.
Close play at first for the second out. That brings up the right fielder, number 5, Archer Kruder.
Archer Kruder has hit the ball off the wall in right field a time or two this year. He seems to have the ball seems to be jumping off of his bat and he's had a lot of extra base hits and some RBIs. Ground ball. First baseman fields it, steps
Round
over.
out the first for the third out. We are done with 1-0-0 going into the top half or the top of the second inning.
Well, Pacer got out of that inning. I think he threw 6 pitches. That was the fastest inning of the year on Round Guy Radio. Really appreciate as many of you guys jumping on this game as early as it is. Usually the audience takes a while to build up. People are maybe not home from work and stuff right at 5:30. But we had a lot of people waiting to watch, and I appreciate you. I like my listeners like a farmer likes rain. I can tell you that. Well, the second inning is going to be brought to you by another great Fairfield business, and that's Iowa Tire. I want to appreciate Jeremy and Betty Howard over there and their whole staff for all they do for the agricultural community around here. And that's the biggest and most important part of Southeast Iowa. And they're out servicing and repairing the tractors and bringing them new tires and going out in the field and helping them out when they need it. It's always I'm always so proud to have Iowa Tire as a sponsor for us. All the good work that they do, and they've been around for over 50 years. I've been a customer of theirs for 50 years.
I want Rich Neal. Up for the Golden Hawks, the third baseman, number 10, Cale Miller.
Cale Miller coming up. He's from the left side, facing a left-handed pitcher. We'll see how that works out. Boy, the audience is growing and growing.
We had our market update.
Market update.
Or we had our market.
No, but we're way ahead of the pace. I can tell you that.
I like it.
We got a goal tonight for viewership.
Secret.
We're pretty happy with where we're at for the second inning. Strike on the outside corner. Coleman finding a little bit more control than he started out with the game here. Back against. Only one base runner so far, but he was erased on a double play.
Count, Jeff.
3-1.
All right.
And the audience continues to grow. You guys are cool. Lefty on lefty. Let's see how he pops him up. Left fielder Bisgard squeezes it.
Left fielder with the first out of the inning on the fly out to Ethan Bisgard.
Bisgard may have made an error, but I've never seen it. Woo! And it's go Trojans. Bodie Scotty. Body by Scotty. I like it, Scotty. That's a great YouTube name. Scotty Melvin is helping coach the junior high team, and they got off to a doubleheader win. Hit a home run. Has some good pitching.
Is that a ball?
I believe I was looking down at the side.
Wasn't one.
Fall.
Swing and a miss. That was a nice little pitch on the outside. Kind of drifting away a little bit there. It reminds you a little of Nate Smithburg with his backdoor slider. He's been pitching for Oklahoma, I believe. For Oklahoma. He's a Sooner. He was definitely, there's a nice little C&I base hit. Cruder plays it excellent.
Out with the single, right field. That brings up the first baseman, number 16, Tommy Miller.
Well, Miller comes up. There's one out, right?
Yes.
One out, one on. Mid-Prairie has been kind of pecking away in the first and second inning, getting guys on base. Throw over. The ball gets away, but he stays put there. It's really hard to get a good lead against a left-handed pitcher because he's looking right at you. Well, Coleman was injured some, and I wasn't super familiar with him, but he has introduced himself to me this year. Just misses a little high there. That's close, though. Mid-Prairie likes to run. They like to get their runners in motion. We'll see. And there he goes. Ball inside. Owen Adam throws down. Nice little backup by the shortstop. And the Mid-Prairie Golden Hawks have their first runner in scoring position of the night. Well, that kind of takes away the double play that helped Coleman out early in the first inning. Ball outside, runner going down. Oh! Kind of caught the third baseman a little by surprise. He wasn't over there because I thought they had him.
Must be full count. I thought it was ball 4.
Well, whatever the count is, we're still playing. And there it was.
The base on balls puts runners at the corners. That brings up the pitcher number 3, Logan Patient.
Well, Logan Patient, the pitcher, has a opportunity here with a run 90 foot away and another one at first base. We'll see if they send that runner to try to break up that double play possibility, because the Trojans are in double play depth as the infielders are in on the grass. But Tomulus
Someone go to Iowa or something?
for Jason Grout from Mid Prairie.
Yeah, there's got a couple of them on.
A couple of his little brothers. Well, when you pull your infield in and there he goes, and there goes a double play possibly. When you do that, you turn a 200 hitter into a 400 hitter. We have just tied for the most people watching at once right now on the season.
That dropped in there.
Well, if he missed on that one, it wasn't by very much.
Good there.
Yeah.
Apparently never was a strike. It was too high at some point, too low at another. Never across it. That's a fault.
Well, we're looking for a ground ball to try to, or a pop up or something. There's a strike.
Okay, so I would say that one was more outside. So between the two, he deserved 1 strike. And he might have deserved 2.
Well, I think he might be giving him a little something on that outside corner. Or he might have been in there. I can't tell from here.
Still might be out of the batter's box.
Ground ball. Third base, he picks it up. Burkhardt steps on third for the double play. And the gold glove play of Dane Burkhardt continues.
The inning, we go into the bottom half of the second, knotted up at 0.
Well,
Wow, that was a catch.
Coleman gets the pitcher's best friend back-to-back innings here. And that was a tremendous double play. What a great heads-up play. What good hand and eye and reactions that Burkhardt did to catch the ball. Didn't have the presence of mind to get over to third base and get the runner out. Was baseball IQ to the max there. Scotty Melvin helping out with the Trojans JV baseball. You know, I kind of think that Fairfield may have better league coaches, better junior high coaches, better junior varsity coaches, and maybe a Mount Pleasant who didn't display a lot of great skill when they were here. But a lot of teams are very young, including this Mid Prairie team. There's a lot of 8th and 9th graders in this starting lineup. But that's a great thing if you could start at varsity when you're in 8th grade. Even if you kind of struggled a little bit that first year, you'd be up to varsity speed by the second year for sure. And there it is. The biggest audience we've had at one point in a game. I appreciate you guys are starting to find out where we're at on the YouTube dial there.
Yep, yeah. Deanna was in for a wedding.
Well, Pasha had a great 1-2-3 inning last time. The score is 0-0. We're in the bottom of the second inning. This inning is brought to you by Iowa Tire of Fairfield, Iowa. You can have your car serviced, you can have your car repaired, and you get some of the best tires in the country.
The Trojans lead off with left fielder number 2, Ethan Bisgard.
Ethan Bisgard with the quick feet. He is probably the fastest guy out here on the field. And he has had a couple leg hits and stretched some bases. In fact, 2 years ago, he came in as a pinch runner and scored the winning run to clinch the conference title. Fouls it off.
Did you foul that or?
I think I went off the catcher's
That's what I thought, too.
Well, they didn't know that. You guys didn't have to tell them. Well, when I was doing this radio, I lied like crazy, man. I mean, weak ground ball to shortstop, a hard hit ball goes in the corner, kicks up some dust, throws him out by an inch.
I think it is 1-2. I think he held it up 1-2.
He had the first one.
Oh.
Now it's
Now
2-2.
it's
2-2.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Ethan Bisgard, who has been a doubles machine. There it is, a drive. Left fielder coming over and he squeezes it.
Stayed up in the air.
Lennox Miller tracks that down for the first out of the inning. That brings up the pitcher for the Trojans, number 7, Jackson Coleman.
Well, Pace out there pitching for Mid Prairie. He don't care how they get it done, as long as they get it done. But they have had a couple of hard hit balls that the outfielders have chased down. You're not going to get a Mid Prairie team to give you a bunch of errors and make mistakes. Ground ball, second baseman on his back, flips it. It's out. He can't make a good throw, and we got a runner.
Coleman with the single at first.
And I give him a base hit on that
Brings
one.
up the center fielder, number 3, Aiden Westerkamp.
The second baseman did a good job, and he came a long ways with that ball was hit hard, and he didn't have much time.
Their second baseman made a heck of a play.
So 1 out and 1 on here.
I was more where second baseman stopping it than being true.
Aiden Westerkamp coming up, and I'm liking this kid. He looks like he's grown a lot, and we increase the audience again, breaking record after record.
He needs to get
But he has the wingspan and the strength to really hit the ball hard. Drive! Right fielder camping underneath it. He squeezes it. And the runner gets back
to the right fielder. Gale route. We have Liam Hunter in as a courtesy runner at first base for the pitcher, and that brings up the catcher, number 4, Owen Adam, with 2 outs.
Well, Owen Adam has been clutch. 2 outs and a runner at first base. We'll see if they don't send that guy down to second base to try and get into scoring position. Because Owen has had a lot of 2-out hits. Throw over, runner back. And now his mom has to wash his uniform. We appreciate you moms out here. Swing and a miss. A little out in front of that one. Looking for a fastball. Seemed to get a change up there. Owen Adams, he's a Ronnie Howard lookalike. Swing and a miss. Throw down. Safe. Boy, the Trojans have been aggressive on the base paths all year long. Well, the runner is in scoring position. Owen Adams pretty good at taking the ball right back up the middle. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's the first strikeout for Pasha.
At the end of 2, we are knotted up still at 0. We'll be going into the top of the 3rd. Make sure you stop by the concession stand. The food is hot, the drinks are cold. And Trojan fans, we have those hats for sale. Get them while they're fast.
Well, Pescia gets out of that, and he gives up 1 hit and leaves the guy on base. But he has only faced 1 over the minimum in the first 2 innings. Well, it's the 3rd inning, and that's this Henshaw trailer sales 3rd inning. If you've got any cattle and you need to move them, get a hold of Corwin Henshaw. He's got over 50 years experience with trailers. He's the Trojans are back-to-back conference champs. He's back-to-back national North American Trailer Salesman of the Year for Hillsboro Trailers, and he's got these new Hillsboro trailers, and they're the state of the art. And if you do have some cattle to move, give Corwin a call, or if you have any trailer needs.
That's about it.
Couple professional teams out here tonight, well-coached teams, and this game has a potential to be over pretty quick. Well, Coleman back out for the 3rd time this game. He had a little trouble, but Dane Burkhart bailed him out with a tremendous catch of a line drive and then stepping on 3rd base to double off the runner.
Yeah.
Leading off for the Golden Hawks, the left fielder, number 5, Lennox Miller.
Well, Lennox Miller's coming up to the plate, and he'll be followed by Cale Grout and then Bronx Miller.
Yeah. Is that all?
We're not sure up here. Here comes another pitch. Ground ball.
Never find out.
Shortstop, Fields fires, gets him. Voss Richardson continues his Gold Glove play. He went
stretch in the 6-3 put out for the first out of the inning. That brings up the right fielder, number 14, Cale Grout.
Voss Richardson went to his right last night against Jay Ellison. Never should have got to the ball. Did plants his foot, fires a missile to first base and nips the guy. And I think that was the best play I've seen by an infielder all year. And that was a nice play he just made there. Strike 1. Coleman more effective in when he's throwing strikes early in the count here.
Didn't give it.
Ryan was talking that it's now, if they look at all of this,
See if they can get him here. Leadoff batter up for Mid-Prairie. Ooh, just a bit inside. Coleman got ahead in the count, but he's I think worked it full.
They said that.
Steve Reich, can't believe that wasn't strike. Ball 4.
Grout makes his way down to first
And for the
base.
second
That
time,
brings up the
they
leadoff
let the
hitter,
leadoff runner on.
Number 2, Bronx Miller.
Nice.
Bronx Miller coming to the plate.
It's actually there's one out.
What's that?
There's one out.
There's one out. Oh, there's one out. Oh, that's right. That shortstop play. One out, one on. Bronx Miller, the top of the order coming up as he walked the number 9 hitter. Pitches him on the inside part of the strike zone there, or the batter's box. Little inside though. But that's a good place to keep the ball because it's really hard to get the barrel of the bat on it. Coleman probably looking for another double play to get him out of this inning. Chase Countryman's played some third base and some second base. But Dane Burkhart is a Gold Glove third baseman down there, and he makes a lot of impact on a game with his defensive play. Throw over and runner gets back. Ball outside. I'll try to make the road trip over to Washington next week.
Dangerous.
Always enjoyed their field and the game between them and the Trojans. They got beat by Mount Pleasant the other night, though. Well, he's throwing a lot of pitches this inning. They got the runner going down. They might have him. And they do. No, they don't. Owen Adams alertly throws it down there. It looked like they got the tag on him. But I think he missed one the other way on first base earlier. So I guess we're all evened up.
I'd say that was a worse than all. Gorgeous.
Swing and a miss, and he gets a strikeout right after that.
Coleman with the
And
K
there's 2
for the
outs.
second out. That brings up the shortstop, number 6, Brooks Weber.
Now, Brooks Weber had 3 home runs in his last game. He's been a powerhouse. This kid is their best athlete and their best player. And I'd consider walking him right here, to be honest with you. 2 outs, runner at second base. They got him out last time. Foul ball by inches there. That would have drove in a run. And we're battling. It's 0-0.
Ben Trung won the, it's now Milwaukee, won the soccer state championship.
Championship.
Good for him.
Oh, yeah, I knew that was a strike. There'd been a strike all night long anyway. Well, he's got 2 strikes on this tremendous hitter and athlete. Ball outside, you want to see if he can chase a little something with 2 strikes on him. Drive, left field, over. It can't get to it. Bisgard was there, but it went. It might have went over the fence, but foul. and the ball jumps off of this kid's bat. I've been watching him play for a long time. I had an older brother, too, that was a quarterback and was a terrific ball player. A real good pitcher, and he had a great curveball. Stepping off. Brooks Weber at the plate. Ground ball. Burkhart. Kind of a slow roller, and he didn't really have a
Runners
play
at
at
first
first.
and third, 2 outs.
And he makes a
That
smart
brings
decision.
up The designated hitter, number 4, Cecil Kelly.
Cecil Kelly come up to the plate, and as a DH, you have one job, and one job only, and that's to hit. Mid Prairie has a pretty good opportunity to score with a runner 90 feet away, but there's 2 outs. I'm wondering if that runner at first base doesn't try to steal. Batter stepping out of the box. Throw over. Well, outside, if you're watching from home, if you'd like to share the stream so some more people can get it out there, hit that like button to push it out a little bit to more people can find us. And it goes down, they just let him go. Does anybody know what the count is? 1-1, 2-0.
So 2-0 on you.
2 balls and no strikes. Runners at second and third. There are ducks on the pond. Coleman has had some runners on base, but he hasn't given up any runs yet. Strike. Nope. Maybe not. I thought that was in there. Curveball. Oh, the audience. We just had the biggest audience we've had ever live at one point in a game. And it's a good one. 0-0. And he walks him. And the bases are loaded, but that does put a force out at any base.
2 outs. That brings up the third baseman, number 10, Cale Miller.
Cale Miller coming to the plate with the bases loaded. It's a lefty on lefty situation. Fairfield has a lot of left-handers, and so does Mid Prairie. They've always had a lot of left-handed guys.
Do you have to work during the week now, or are you completely off? There's an
Oh,
administrative.
I don't necessarily have to sit in the office, but I've been doing a bunch of scheduling and stuff, helping with athletic performance and
Oh, yeah, how's that
a
going?
lot of being involved.
Good.
It's going good. Yeah.
We certainly appreciate athletic directors at Round Guy Radio. They're the hardest working people in the education business.
Athletes and about 35 middle school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Keep it busy.
Well, this is the most critical point in the game. This at bat. If the Trojans can get out of this unscathed, they'll send their bats up to work against Pacia in the bottom of this inning.
Like almost like leather pants. Yeah. It was pants.
Steve Reich right in there that time. No balls and a strike.
That looks like they have a parachute.
Yeah.
Strike two right in there.
They have all the money for their, you know,
Gail Miller. Well, Mid Prairie has a lot of help from the casino, and they have a very wealthy residents. I mean, they have a lot of people that work in Iowa City that have high paying jobs, but they don't want to live right in the city. And Wellman's a really terrific community, and they have a lot of support and a high tax base, and they have an excellent school. Strike three. Coleman gets
Coleman
out
gets
of it.
the jam with the strike on the called third strike. And we go into the bottom of the third scoreless here at Fairfield Baseball.
did you say his name was David Miller?
What's that?
Did you say David Miller?
For who?
In Prairie? You didn't say that.
No.
Now there's a Lennox Miller and a Bruce Miller and an Oliver Miller and a Cale Miller and a Tommy Miller. But in these little schools, you better have some families that put out a lot of kids. You need a lot of brothers to make all the sports work.
This thing like you guys.
So we switched over to at the end of the basketball season on YouTube. And I think at the end of the day it'll pay off. But it's gonna take a little while for everybody to find us. You are watching Fairfield Trojans baseball on Round Guy Radio. Once again, this third inning is brought to you by Henshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa.
Number 6, Jason Workman.
Jason Workman for a living. He has gone deep this year against Mount Pleasant. Ball upstairs. Jacob, the wrecking crew on the plate or on deck, and then we'll be over with Boss Richardson at the top of the order.
Paul's grilling. I'm not sure exactly what. I'm assuming burgers. I thought they had walking tacos.
Walking tacos.
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
sure they got hot dogs,
Hot dogs, walking tacos, and burgers.
and they might have more than
Well, if
that.
you're ever here to see a game in Fairfield, I would highly recommend the hamburgers.
3-1.
And he misses.
Workman works his way down to first base on the ball.
Well, Workman for 11 over there at first base.
The designated hitter, number 24, Jacob Drew.
Well, Jacob, the wrecking crew, has earned his reputation as a wrecking crew. He's been batting ninth, but he has had several key hits in 2 outs situations and kept innings going and drove in runs. And because he's at the bottom of the order, he's still a dangerous hitter, as all of the hitters seem to be. Coach Allison really works with them hard on their hitting and their fielding and their pitching and their base running. And that's why they got the 7-3 record and sitting on top of the conference. Well, this is not a conference game. Rake, runner goes, throw down. Safe.
Jag was behind him.
The umpire's coming over, getting some balls. As a pitcher, you'll get balls in different conditions during the game. And you might get one that's scuffed up. And I know you'd never do this if you was a pitcher, but if you move the scuff, the ball will move the other direction. Scuff's on the right side, the ball will move left, and vice versa. Not that I would ever use that kind of advantage, or maybe I would. Runner at second base, nobody out, and the Jacob the Wrecking Crew and the Trojans might just be about ready to break this scoreless streak here.
Now it's
And they've had some big innings once they got them going. But we'll after this hitter, everybody will have seen him once. Ground ball, foul.
Quality.
Ball gets away. Runner goes down to third. And that was ball fourth. So the 8-9 hitters have got on base.
Corners with the leadoff hitter.
Did he
Number
walk
10
or get hit by a
shortstop,
pitch?
Boss Richardson.
Did he walk or get hit by that?
It was a walk because otherwise Jason would not be allowed.
Yeah, they had to go back.
They called, I think it avoided his foot and spiked it.
Well, the boss Richardson coming up. He met a ball very well in his first at bat and sent it deep into center field. And if he continues to hit the ball right back up the middle, I think things will go good for him. Pasha finds the strike zone there. They probably sacrificed the run for a double play if they could get it. Runner comes back to the plate. No balls in a strike. Runner at first. Looks like he's getting a good lead over there. They keep throwing over. Now, in Major League Baseball, you throw over there twice, you can't throw back over unless you pick the guy off. He goes. Ground ball right back where the shortstop would have been. It would have been a double play if he hadn't have hit it there. And the runner gets over to third, and because of
The Trojans score one on the hit and run. With no out, runners at second and third.
and Voss
Third
Richardson
baseman, number 8, Dane Burkhart, steps to the plate.
makes a smart play and gets himself down to second base. That was heads up running there. And here comes the Southeast Iowa Conference Player of the Year from last year, Dane Burkhart. Dane Burkhart is going to have to build a new trophy shelf at his house for all the
When that
Packwood Locker Player of the Games he's gotten over the years.
yeah, that's nice.
there was no way to get any flow.
Ground ball or fly ball. Lance, run. One run is in. They're coming around. There's going to be a play at the plate. Safe.
The 2 RBI single for Burkhart changes the score 3-0 in favor of the Trojans. That brings up the right fielder, number 5, Archer Kruder.
Well, the Trojans have, when they have scored in bunches. And so far, that's the case right here. Dane Burkhart with the RBIs, with 2 RBIs there. I don't know what his total for the year is, but he's got a plenty. Ground ball, second baseman, fires over. They get one, they can't get the other.
Kruder reaches on the fielder's choice.
But they do get
One
the
out.
lead runner.
Left fielder, number 2, Ethan Bisgard, steps to the plate.
Ethan Bisgard. Old Biz quick. We'll see if his feet don't come into play here. He hits it, pops it up. They give chase, but it's a little too far away. And Bisgard lives for another little while at the plate here. Bisgard is fast. They've been running. I think the pitcher perhaps is paying a little too much attention to the runners. There's one out so far. Runner goes. Throw down. A little bit offline. And the Trojans have another runner in position, and they have just poured it on when they've been able to push runs across. Drive. Third baseman can't handle it. Here comes another run. And
Bisgard aboard, and another run scores for the Trojans. 4-0 as Jackson Coleman steps into the box. The pitcher, number 7.
Ethan Bisgard has had a double in every single home game this year. He's very consistent. Well, talk about a guy with some power. This Coleman at the plate. Great block by the catcher, because Bisgard was thinking about heading down to third on that one. Pops him up. And now to play. It's 4-0, right?
Yes.
Trojans take a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Once again, brought to you by Henshaw Trailer Sales of Britsville, Iowa. Pops him up. Center fielder coming over. Runner tags. He gets it. He fakes it, but he goes back.
Jackson Coleman flies out to right center field, and that brings up the center fielder for the Trojans, number 3, Aiden Westerkamp, with 2 outs.
Well, Aiden Westerkamp, very capable of doing some damage. I don't think he's having that he'd really like to have, but once this kid gets going, I don't think they'll be pretty unstoppable. Drive, deep. The outfitter camps underneath it and he squeezes it.
Center field ends the inning, but not before the Trojans put 4 on the board. We'll go into the top half of the 4th with the Trojans leading 4-0.
Well, we'll see if Coleman comes out, although he has only thrown 3 innings. He has thrown a lot of pitches. Now, that was the only inning that Pasha threw a lot of pitches. Well, the 4th inning is going to be brought to you by Wyatt Moore and the Livestock Risk Management Partnership of Minneapolis, Iowa. Now, if you have some livestock and you see a price that you'd like, you can lock that in and insure yourself to get a profit, take some of the risk out of it. But another way they've started taking out the risk is you can insure for loss of your cattle or your livestock with Wyatt Moore and the Livestock Risk Management. That's a new aspect of their business that they just started this year. And I've known some farmers that have had some cattle loss, and it's devastating. Cow go down and you lose $3,500. Wyatt Moore was a great ball player, and so was his brother Jet. Jet the Jet. I call him the Jet.
Anything, man?
I'm good, thank you.
You can't see me, but I'm dancing. It's a good thing you can't see me because I'm not very good at it. We have a good, steady audience. Oh,
Leading off for the Golden Hawks, center fielder number 7, Floyd Grout.
Coy Grout. He's a good baseball name. I used to say grout, grout, let it all out, but I don't do that anymore. But I might have to because there's like 6 of them on this roster here. Coleman back on for another inning. Let's see if he can have a short one. Ball outside. Now that's, to me, when I'm watching a pitcher throw like that, I'm starting to see signs of fatigue. And they have a lot of good pitchers here. Swing and a ground ball foul. Strike 2. Body by Scotty. That's his handle on YouTube. Drive. Center fielder. Westerkamp.
Westerkamp in center field to the first out. That brings up the first baseman, number 16, Tommy Miller.
Tommy Miller. We've had Miller the Thriller. Miller the Killer Miller, who's a punter for the Georgia Bulldogs. From Minneapolis there. Waco had some Millers that we nicknamed. Strike right in there. Coleman off to a pretty good start here in this inning. Drive. Pop up, shortstop going out, center fielder coming in.
Another can of corn for Westerkamp.
Westerkamp
With 2 outs. That
gets
brings
2
up
outs here.
The pitcher number 3, Logan Pesha.
Well, they're 2 up and 2 down in the 4th inning. And Coleman's settling down here. Swing and a miss and a ball in the dirt there. Logan Pesha, the pitcher. He's a little vertically challenged. I've known a lot of Pesha's, and they were all good baseball players. Rick Pesha was a terrific pitcher for the Fairfield Trojans. He had the best curveball we had on the team, for sure. He went and played baseball for St. Ambrose up there in another great player. One of the best players I've ever seen ever for the Fairfield Trojan was a guy named John Neal. I think he still lives around here. But man, could he do everything. And he had so much power, and he was a good pitcher. But he also played with another pitcher named Chris Castle, who was drafted into the major leagues and was played in the Alaskan League with Barry Bonds. He went to college with Barry Bonds.
The 2-out walk for
Barry
Pesha.
Bonds Jr., that was.
And that brings up the left fielder, number 5.
He was the relief man of the year up there in Alaska, but he tore out
As we take a pause in the action.
he got an arm injury, and that was before the Tommy John
We
surgery.
have burgers, hot dogs, walking tacos, cold drinks. Don't forget about those Trojan hats, Trojan fans. Just get them while they're hot.
Well, he walks the batter, and that probably exceeded the innings or the pitches that he was allowed to throw. And we've got a new one. They used Owen Adams as the closer. Who's this young man on the mound now?
Jason
Jason what?
Workman.
Oh, Jason Workman. Jason Workman, Workman for a living. Been playing a stellar left field earlier tonight, or this season. I don't know where he's. Playing first base tonight. Playing left field, DHing, pitching. Oh, with 2 outs and a runner at first base here. Is this the 6th inning or the 5th?
What's that? Top of the fourth.
Top of the 4th inning. 4th inning brought to you by Wyatt Moore and the Livestock Risk Management Partnership of Minneapolis.
The pitching change for Fairfield. Number 6, Jason Workman takes the ball. Jackson Coleman moves over to first base.
Well, Coleman then goes to first, and the first baseman Workman goes to the mound. He just needs to get 1 out. He's got a 4-run lead here. Little cushion. Top of the 4th inning. There's no scoreboard tonight, and I'm getting a little confused.
Up for the Golden Hawks with 2 outs. Number 5,
But
Lennox Miller. The
I
last
stay pretty confused anymore. My brain's a little mushy as I get older. This is a little bit outside. It seemed like everybody on the team's a pitcher. I'm not sure I've seen Workman pitch before. Ball outside. Great play by the catcher, Owen Adams. Keeping that runner at first base. Trojans having a terrific year. They really look like a great team. And I know they're going to compete for that conference championship, try to get back to back championships. Fairfield is a baseball school. Fairfield's a baseball town. There's no question. Boy, he's having a little tough time finding the strike zone here early. And the last thing he wants to do is walk the first guy that he faces and put 2 runners on. That's in there. Stay in the strike zone, bear down on this hitter, and don't let him get away from you. I'm sure the coaches don't want to use their best starting pitchers and relief pitchers on these non-conference games. Fairfield Trojans high school baseball schedule, Iowa. Ground ball gets past Countryman. Picked up nicely by Archer Cruder.
runners at first and second. And that brings up number 14, the right fielder, Cale Grout.
Well, next week there's just a bunch of games for the Trojans. I'm going to try to get you the game on the 8th in Washington. Then they're playing Williamsburg on the 9th, Keokuk on the 11th, Sheraton on the 12th. I don't know if I'll be able to be there for that 12th. But if I give you that Washington, I should make up for it. Might be some double headers in there. Ball outside. And he's a couple shaky pitches away from loading the bases here. Cale Brown at the plate. He's an 8th grader. But he comes from a baseball family. And this Mid-Prairie coaching staff is terrific. Their players don't make a lot of mistakes. Strike 2. I think they got him. They did. Finally call somebody out on a steal.
The strike and then the
and Adams and Dane Burkhart bail out the
for
pitcher.
the third out of the inning. We go into the bottom of the 4th with the Trojans leading 4-0.
4-0. Mid-Prairie has almost threatened every inning to score, but a couple double plays have done them some damage, and so did that throw out at third base.
Times 12. Times 12.
So people have been asking me about when they can watch the game on YouTube after the game. It takes like overnight to process. And it depends on how long the game is. Some of these games are 2 hours long. Some of them are about an hour and a half long. We got a new pitcher. Number 10. Cale Miller, Jr. is in the pitch. And he's twice as tall as the last pitcher.
The Golden Hawks now have number 10, Cale Miller, on the pitching.
So it's a bullpen game from here on out. Ouch. So we had 4 games on Round Guy Radio of the Trojans this week, and we'll have at least 3 or 4 tomorrow next week.
The catcher, number 4, Owen Adam.
Owen Adam coming to the plate. Takes the ball upstairs. Owen Adam having a terrific season. I bet he's all conference at the end of the year. But it might be all the Trojans on that squad. Richie Cunningham, Opie Taylor, American Graffiti, Eat My Dust. All of those names and Happy Days and Danny Taylor's show, they're all attributed to Owen Adams. Ground ball. Just foul. That was too close to fair ball to stop running. Whoa, that's a pretty hard pitch there. Little break at the end of it, a little cut fastball. The count is something. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Drive! Fairfielder moving, and he gets there. Wow. But he hit that right on the screw.
Owens robbed of a hit in left center. That brings up the pitcher, number 6, Mason Workman.
If Prairie's made a mistake somewhere tonight, I can't put my finger on it. Their defense is excellent. And their pitcher has been mighty good outside of that one inning. Ball outside. Brooks Weber, coming off a 3 home run game in his last game he played. Pekin has a home run hitting machine and a young man named Henry Adam. Yeah, a 3-run homer and a grand slam 2 games ago, and a 2-run homer in the last game, and some intentional walks. Pekin also has a major league pitcher. Let's see how he's doing. He might have pitched today. I'll check it out for you. He played the Cubs today. I wonder if there was some people from the area drove up to see the game. Well, they won 18-3. They may not have needed Keaton to win this game.
Oh, third strike.
He did not pitch.
Second out of the inning.
But Keaton has 1 win, 1 loss.
Hitter number 24, Jacob Crew.
Strikeout there. Jacob Crew coming to the plate. The wrecking crew. Is that 2 outs? Or 1? Foul tip. Well, 2 outs and nobody on here at the bottom of the 4th inning. I guess that was a little low. Workman trying to get a little something, Crew trying to get a little something started here. Strike 2. They got a new pitcher and they're not quite, doesn't seem like the team's got a real good read on him. But if Crew does get out, they'll have the 1, 2, 3 top of the order up next inning. Ball inside. 4 for Fairfield, nothing in across for Mid-Prairie yet. And then once again, this place has got a lot of people watching this game. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Just misses a little bit with that pitch. And Crew trying to work his way on base any way he can get there, but via the walk, via the base hit, via error, via hit by pitch, whatever it takes to get him on. And he walks him.
Crew makes his way down to first base. after earning the base on balls.
And Voss
That brings up
Richardson.
the leadoff hitter, number 10, Voss Richardson.
Voss Richardson was the one that got the run scoring started last time. Dane Burkhart's on deck, so we'll see if they send Crew down to second base. The baseball umpiring situation was in a critical the last few years. And there were some games that had to be forfeited because there wasn't enough umpires. But they raised the pay, and I think they've done some things to get some people into it. The runner goes down without a throw. And now they got a runner in scoring position, and Voss Richardson with a good RBI opportunity. And I tell you what, I'd rather have a 5-run lead than a 4-run lead. Voss Richardson looking for a pitch he can drive somewhere. Anything through the infield, the runner's going. Ground ball gets through. And Voss Richardson
with the
delivers
RBI
with
single.
2 outs.
With 2 outs, and that brings up the third baseman, number 8, Dane Burkhart.
Well, Voss Richardson is the winds up at first base. Burkhart comes in. They push in another run in an inning that I didn't think was going anywhere. They got the first 2 guys out, pretty kind of lickety split. Crew working for a walk, stole the base, tried to steal, was moving to third, and on that base hit, that helped him go down. He's running down, safe. They're nowhere near him. You got a good lead on that one. So Burkhart, the Trojans' best hitter, best contact hitter for sure. He's got a chance to drive in another run here. Ground ball. Can the second baseman get to it? He cannot. They're going to take a chance and send the runner. And Voss Richardson continues. And that's 3 RBIs at least for Burkhart.
Nothing in favor of the Trojans. And that brings up the right fielder, number 5, Archer Kruder.
Archer Kruder. The Trojans had 2 outs and nobody on. And in the next 3 batters, they scored 2 runs. I bet Burkhart's stealing. Throw over. Pitcher thinks he is too. But with a right-handed pitcher, you can get such a better lead than you can with the left-handed pitcher. Throw over. That was close. It gets away. And it puts him down there at second base. By trying to hold him close, you put him at second base. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop can't get to it, and here comes another run. And it's 8-1.
RBI single extends the lead to 7. And that brings up the left fielder, number 2, Ethan Bisgard.
Well, I didn't think we were going to see a mercy rule game, but we're getting into that kind of territory right now. And I feel like Mid-Prairie's kind of a little down right now. Ball gets away, and a runner goes down to second base. And Ethan Bisgard has been a grinder at the plate with 2 outs, and he's had several RBIs. And he's been hitting a lot of doubles, and including a double in this game. Coleman at times got strikeouts when he needed them. He got double plays when he needed them. He got heads up plays when he needed them. Ball outside. Runner goes down to third.
Impossible to run something like that
Right.
when you're blocking the ball.
Any kind of a base hit, it's going to score a run. That's right in there for a strike. Bisgard looking it over, looking for a pitch he likes. Ball four. And you have a man that is fleet of feet at first base.
Base on ball to Bisgard. That brings up number 7, Jackson Coleman.
Wow, big power hitting Jackson Coleman. Well, the Trojans are good at double steals and delayed steals. And I bet we see Bisgard heading down to second base. Not on the first pitch. Throw over. He's back. Pops him up. Second baseman camping underneath it. He squeezed it, and that's all she wrote.
After 4, the score is 7-0 in favor of the Trojans. We'll be going into the top of the 5th.
Well, the top of the 5th. Trojans score 4 in the 3rd and 3 in the 4th. And you're starting to stretch out the lead and have a little bit more of a commanding lead. And we got a new pitcher. No, is that still working?
Decent work.
Jason Workman's still pitching. He got bailed out by Owen Adams for throwing a guy out at third base to end that inning. Hopefully have a little better command this inning. Well, the 5th inning is going to be brought to you by Helena Hayes. She is a House rep for the northern part of the Jefferson County Community School District, as well as Oskaloosa and Sigourney and Kyoto and Tri-County. She has a plethora of schools in her district that she represents, and we want to congratulate her on an outstanding, commanding victory in the primaries against a couple opponents. We got a couple House reps that help support us, give us some money to cover these games.
Stepping to the plate for the Golden Hawks, the right fielder, number 14, Cale Grout.
Cale Grout coming to the plate. He's an 8th grader. Fly ball deep to right. Kruder camping underneath it. He seems to have a good read on it. And he squeezes it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
The fly up to Archer Kruder right field for the first out.
That's my favorite start, but nice hit for a kill.
That brings up number 2, Bronx Miller.
Brox Miller coming to the plate. He's got a real high leg kick. Remind you of Joaquin Andujar or something. Boy, that was a good pitch. Might have been just about outside the strike zone, but I like the location. Ground ball. Shortstop Fields fires. Great scoop. Unbelievable scoop by Workman over there at first
A
base.
stretch by Jackson Coleman to secure the second out. 6-3 play.
The Trojans don't just do the basic stuff. They do above and beyond the Call of Duty plays, and that was one of them. Two quick outs. The Trojans had no runs and 2 outs, and they wound up scoring 3 runs. After 2 out, nobody on. But he's throwing some strikes here. For Coleman there. Coleman was the guy at first base that made a great play. Took that ball out of the dirt. Drive. Westerkamp. Camps underneath it. Squeezes it.
For the third out of the inning. No runs on the board. We'll go to the bottom half of the fifth with the Trojans leading 7-0.
Dyson Workman with about as efficient of inning as you can have. Once again, we want to thank Helena Hayes for helping us out with this season, and she's been a really big sponsor for us. I want to congratulate her on winning her nomination and moving on to the general election to try and seek her 3rd term at the House. Jason Workman, not the only guy working hard. I'm working hard here with this schedule of home games this week. They went on the road on the longest road trip since Noah. So they had some home games coming up. It's a pleasure to be broadcasting the Fairfield Trojans. I can tell you up here in this air-conditioned press box. You are watching Fairfield Trojans baseball on Round Eye Radio. We'll be looking for a Packwood Locker player of the game. And there's a lot of major contributors. I have a close call on that tonight.
Leading off for the Trojans, the center fielder, number 3, Aiden Westerkamp.
Aiden Westerkamp looking to put the ball in play somewhere. He's been stellar out in the outfield tonight. Drive, right field. Right fielder coming hard. He squeezes it.
Westerkamp flies out to right center field for the first out. That brings up the catcher, number 4, Owen Adam.
Owen Adam coming up to the plate with a 7-1 lead and 2 quick outs. Drive deep. This could be. No, he catches it on the warning track.
Long fly out to left field for the second out of the inning.
Wow, he hit that one. That was the best, hardest hit ball he's had all year long. We almost had a home run there. Too bad there wasn't a wind blowing out that way to drive that a little further. But a great play by the left fielder. And once again, Mid Prairie is stellar. Angie Coleman giving us a like on one of our Facebook posts. I appreciate her. A pretty stout follower of Brown Guy Radio this year. You're out there, Angie. Thank you for watching. Your son made a great play at first base. Top of this inning. Strike. Bottom of the strike zone there. Dyson, workman for a living. He sure did a good job out of the bullpen tonight. Started out playing first, came in as a relief pitcher. Ball in the dirt. Voss Richardson making a pretty good case for player of the game. Dane Burkhart also. Drive. Shortstop waits on it. Throws, good hustle. They get him.
The sixer he put out for the third out of the inning. That takes us into the top of the sixth with the Trojans leading 7-0.
Top of the sixth inning coming up already. A really quick inning there. Great play by the shortstop. If the Mid-Prairie Golden Hawks do not come out on top tonight, it will not be because of their defense. Their defense has been stellar. For a 2A school, it was much better than Mount Pleasant and Fort Madison's defense. Although Fort Madison's defense was pretty adequate. We've had some hot days for baseball. We're really pleased with the 5:30 starts. My wife's on vacation this week. We went up to Indiana and bought a car. We went up to New Buffalo, Michigan. Got to see the Great Lakes. I've seen it, but I've never been in it. My wife had never even seen it before. I told her it was just like an ocean. She didn't believe me until she saw it. Although I don't remember ocean water being as cold as Lake Michigan. Well, the sixth inning going to be brought to you by Jeff Shipley, and he is about 80% of the Fairfield School District he represents, as well as Mount Pleasant and Van Buren. And he's looking to go back for his fifth time, as he didn't really have an opponent in the primaries.
Leading off for the Golden Hawks, number 4, Cecil Kelly.
Cecil Kelly coming to the plate. He's the DH. The workman working on his third inning of work here. Throws a strike right in there for that pitch. Ball outside. Got some clouds coming overhead. It's a little overcast. Help cool this place off a little. Ball a little further outside than he'd like to see it. Pops him up. Owen Adams hustling. God, I love to see that. Coleman moving over there. They didn't give up on it. I read a book a about how to play the outfield by Mickey Mantle. And that was the one thing that he just stressed and emphasized: never give up. Never, ever, ever give up. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Throw down. Great catch by Coleman. And they retire the guy, and he gets another strikeout there.
Strikeout to start the inning. That brings up number 10, Cale Miller.
Cale Miller, the pitcher. And he is a tall fella. Number 10 in his uniform, but number 1 in the Mid-Prairie Golden Hawks hearts there. I have covered a lot of games of Mid-Prairie, lots, and I love their press box. It's great. And I was glad to see him come to town. It's the first time I've seen them. But we actually are living in baseball heaven, to be honest with you, as the Trojans are very good. The Sigourney Savages are very good in the state rank. Keota is having an excellent season. Van Buren has been pretty respectable this year. And we're getting our first look at Mid-Prairie, and there's nothing, their hitting hasn't been there tonight, but everything else has been pretty good. And they do have one of the best hitters around in Brooks Weber. But Mid-Prairie plays in this River Valley Conference, and they're like out in an island. They really don't play a lot of teams in that area. They're the furthest west. Oh! Coleman with another dig!
Stretch for the 6-3 putout.
Looking like Rod Carew up
Second
there.
out of the inning. That brings up number 7, Coy Grout.
Coy Grout, and they're down to 4 outs. They're down 7 runs, and they need 4 outs. Trojans might try to come up there and put 4 runs on the board and end this game. I have a nice week where they won every game. Fouls that one off. Little check swing. This is Coy Grout. He's an 8th grader. I wonder if he's twins with Cale Grout, because they're both 8th graders. Getting a lot of varsity experience here in their 8th grade year. What a great play by Coleman over there. Coleman could be the player of the game. He pitched great. He made some great plays. Burkhart's made some big-time plays. Got some big-time hits. Dyson Workman's doing some great job in relief here. And he just needs to get one more batter out in the 6th inning. 6th inning brought to you by Jeff Shipley. Ground ball, Burkhart fields, fires. That's the 3rd out.
With the letter for the 3rd out.
Finally,
That takes us into the bottom half of the 6th with the Trojans leading 7-0.
well, it's the 7th inning stretch, I guess. And a 1, and a 2. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the Trojans. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. And I cut my audience in half with that. And I deserve that for sure for what I did there to you. We got a new pitcher, number 5, Lennox Miller.
Lennox Miller,
Sophomore, outfielder, and pitcher.
Hawks, number 5.
This game has kind of a similar feel to it as the Fort Madison game did. Trojans looking to go 8-4. Mid Prairie would drop to 4-6. And you get about 10 games in, and that's when you shake the cobwebs out. You get some regular at bats, and you get some regular reps in the field. New pitcher taking some extra time to warm up. Jacob the Wrecking Crew, followed by Voss Richardson in the top of the order. Dane Burkhart will be the third hitter. So if Crew can get on, it could really spark a big inning.
The designated hitter, number 24, Jacob Crew.
The Wrecking Crew. I wonder if he's related to Lee Crew. He was my baseball coach in varsity. Ball outside. Ball outside. Ball outside again. Once again, Lennox Miller has come in, the third pitcher of the night for Mid Prairie. He gets that one over the plate. I think Jacob Crew was waiting for him to throw one over the plate. And he throws another one over the plate. I believe it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls and 2 strikes, maybe.
3-2.
Full count. And he just misses with that one.
Crew with the leadoff base on balls. That brings up number 10, Voss Richardson.
Voss Richardson in a familiar spot here with runners on base. He got an RBI tonight, some runs scored, some terrific play at shortstop. He was the player of the game in game 2 against Mount Pleasant. Pops him straight up, second baseman. Well, I tell you what, they are sure-handed
Infield
in the
fly
defense.
to the second baseman. For
Their infield and outfield have flawless.
Dane Burkhart.
Anything that got by him was a hard hit ball. Just out of their range. Runner goes. No throw down. Ball kind of in the dirt there. It's a good one to run on. Voss Richardson. Dane Burkhart's up to the plate there. One out, runner at second base. Steps off, but there's nobody covering. Runner goes. Throw down, they might have him. Nope. He slides in under the tag, and he's 90 feet away. The Trojans have, from game one, had very aggressive base running. Ground ball, shortstop. Can't come up with that one. That's probably the first error of the game.
First and drives in a run.
And another RBI by Burkhardt, and he is.
That brings up the right fielder, number 5, Archer Kruger.
And it's 8 runs in. Or what's the score? 9? 8-0. Fly ball right field. He squeezes it. Runner goes
Fly
back.
out to right field for Kruger.
And that's 2 outs.
And with 2 outs, that brings up number 2, Ethan Bisgard.
Ethan Bisgard with a runner at first base and 2 outs. He's a gap hitter. He can score you from first. But this young man coming in, kind of settling down, getting to give up a run, but his ball gets away and runner's down at second. Takes a big turn there. Burkhardt hits the ball so hard, he's gotten in the ball past a couple of the fielders. They're just not used to seeing a ball hit that hard out. Ball. The catcher asks for a clean baseball, and he gets one. If they can score this run, they'll be 1 run away from the mercy rule. So if Burkhardt, or as the best guard could score, the game would be over. Ground ball. Third baseman backs up. Fires across. He can't get it. It's not a good throw. It's not a good throw.
The runners at first and third, and that brings up number 7, Jackson Coleman.
Well, Jackson Coleman, if you can drive in 2 runs here, we're going to make you player of the game. You're pitching and outstanding fielding, but I need to see some RBIs out of you. And you got a great opportunity here. Bisgard will probably be stealing, so he may be taking a pitch or 2. Big lead. Ground ball. First baseman picks it up, steps on the base, and that's it.
Coleman grounds out to the first baseman for the 3rd out of the inning.
Well,
We'll go into the top of the 7th with the Trojans leading 8-0.
8-0. So they get 8 runs, or this inning, this game is over. This inning, they got 3 outs to get 8 runs. This inning is going to be brought to you by the Packwood Locker of Packwood, Iowa, and we will be picking a Packwood Locker player of the game. Do you have any suggestions, Coach Coleman, or Constant, on a player of the year?
Of the game. Wow. Well, I'll get back to you.
Well, be thinking about it, because we might just be minutes away. The pitching's been excellent. You got a combined shutout going. The fielding has been excellent. The outfield's been flawless. Owen Adams made some big contributions, and he hit the ball almost out of the park. Mr. Coleman over there has done an outstanding job too. But I'm kind of leaning towards Dane Burkhart there. He's got a lot of RBIs and flashed the leather over there, stole some bases. He's drove in runs in 3 different innings.
For the Golden Hawks in the top of the 7th, number 16, Tommy Miller.
Well, it's barbecue season, and do yourself a favor and go to the Packwood Locker and get you some bacon burgers that they make up there. And they got brats. Everything you need to make a barbecue.
I think
You can get it at the Packwood Locker. You leaning towards Coleman, are you?
I think Coleman, he pitched well, gave you 4 strong innings.
He dug some balls out of the dirt too.
Yep. He fielded the position. And
How'd he do on the hitting though?
Not the greatest, but he got on base. He scored. He had a single. He's put the ball in play.
I don't know if that's good enough for player of the game stuff, but
I don't know, man. Yeah,
Burkhart, what's he done tonight?
he's done pretty well. 2 for 3.
2 for 3, 4 or 5 RBIs. Ground ball.
There's
Boss.
another candidate.
His defense has been, and his bat has been terrific tonight too.
It is. Maybe you got to give Coase.
Gotta give Coase. I don't know about all that either.
With the first out of the inning, that brings up number 3,
We
Logan.
gave Coleman and Dyson Workman a co-player of the game when they both hit home runs. Logan Pasha, he pitched pretty dang good early in this game. I think he held us for no runs for. Maybe it was just 2. Ground ball! Great play! How about Dyson Workman? He's making a little bid for player of the game himself. He's
The comebacker to the pitcher for the second out of the inning. That brings up number 5, Lennox Miller.
Well, it's all down to Lennox Miller. 7th inning. 8-0. 2 outs. They'll be playing station to station baseball from here on out if they can get somebody on, I bet. Strike 1. Dyson looked a little shaky at the very first 2 batters, but the shakiness is gone, and he is really dialing it in here. That was close too. Thanks to you guys for watching this whole game. That was the biggest, most continuous audience we had. It'll be interesting to see what the final numbers are on the night. We had 48 for the Fort Madison game. That was the best live one we did. But the first game, I think, like 67 people watched it after we posted it anyway. Ground ball, fielded, fires, picks him up, and that's all she wrote.
And that ends the game in a 8-0 victory for the Trojans.
Well, we are going to go with a hard split decision here. We're going with co-players of the game. Coleman and Burkhart are your players of the game tonight, and it was a terrific night. Outstanding. Both teams' fielding was terrific. Well, that's all she wrote tonight. We'll catch you next week.